Do you like Grace or Gracie?
You know, Gracie.
Okay. We're going to talk about something called transversals. Okay? Transversals. Now, I'm going to draw two parallel lines. Okay? Let me explain to you what a transversal is. A transversal is a line, here comes my transversal, is a line that intersects intersects one or more lines in a plane. So obviously it intersected more than one, okay? So it intersected two. So this right here, this line right here is my transversal. Okay, so what does a transversal mean?
Intersecting.
It's a line that intersects one or more lines. Okay? Now, the important thing is that when I have two parallel lines and the transversal intersects it, what happens as a result of that is really cool. So what I want you to see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go and write those numbers in, please. Okay, now what I want you to see is that when I put a transversal on top of two parallel lines and it intersects them, what ends up happening is we come up with corresponding angles. What I mean by corresponding, see if you can figure it out. Angle 1 and angle 5 correspond.
Yeah.
What do I mean?
They're exactly the same.
They are exactly the same. They're in the same place. Top left corner, top left corner. Does everybody see that? This little cross right here and this cross right here. Top left corner, top left corner. Those are called corresponding angles. Okay? Corresponding angles. Okay? So, Brooke-Ann, what number corresponds with 2?
6.
Very good. Tebby, what number corresponds with 3?
7.
Very good. Gracie, what number corresponds with 8?
4.
Very good. Bailey, what number corresponds with 6?
5. No.
Top right corner
2.
or bottom right corner, top right corner. Very good. And Lane, what corresponds with 3? 7. Very good. Does everybody see the corresponding angles? Now the other thing I want you to notice is what type of angle is angle 1?
Obtuse.
Isn't that cool? So guess what? Its corresponding is also obtuse. Okay? Does everybody see this obtuse 5, obtuse 1? Okay. So I wanted y'all to see that. Now, the next thing I want you to see is not just corresponding angles, okay? But if I told you one is 105 degrees, guess what angle 5 is?
105 degrees.
105 degrees. Okay, now, what do we know about straight lines?
180 degrees.
They are 180 degrees. So if this is 105, what would 2 become?
75.
75. So what would 6 be?
75.
75. Does everybody see how that works? The corresponding angles have the exact same measurement as long as these two lines are parallel. Okay? Now, there's something else I want to teach you. Okay? And there's something called...
Would that mean 1 and 8 are corresponding then?
I'm fixing to teach you about them.
Oh.
Okay? No, the only ones that you've learned so far are the only ones that are corresponding. Okay? But you're fixing to learn something called interior, okay? Interior alternate interior angles. Now, let me show you something, okay? If you were to look at this, these on the inside of these parallel lines are called interior angles. Does everybody see this? This is on the inside. Number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6 angles are on the interior. Does everybody understand what interior means? Okay, it's on the inside.
Interior design.
Okay, interior design, your house inside. Okay?
Yeah.
But these are on the exterior. 1, 2, 7, and 8 are exterior. Okay, so I'm going to teach you about something called alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. Okay? Alternate interior and alternate exterior. Let's start with alternate interior. I'll let y'all finish writing those words down. Okay. Alternate interior angles, we know that we're working with just this set right here. The ones that are on the inside of the parallel lines. Okay? What do you think alternate means? Basically, it's like opposite, kind of. Okay? So, if 4 is here, okay, the opposite would be the diagonal, which would be 5. Okay? So, it'd be alternate interior. So, the alternate interior angle that is with 4 is 5. Does everybody see how it makes like this angle? So, it crosses over this transversal, but it's on the other side, down at the bottom. So it's basically opposite side and opposite. This one's in the top, this one's in the bottom. Okay? So 3 and 6 would be alternate interior. 4 and 5 would be alternate interior. Now, something I want you to see. 5 is 105. I want y'all to look. I'm going to use a different color. Look at this angle. And what degrees is it?
105.
105. The alternate interior of 5 is 4. And what do you notice about this angle?
105.
It's 105.
Wow.
Okay? All you need to know is that this one's an obtuse angle, this one's an obtuse angle, and the obtuse angles are 105 in this picture. Okay? Does everybody see how that works? Okay, so the alternate interior angles are 4 and 5 and 3 and 6. So when you write that, you would say angle 4 and 5, angle 3 and 6. That's how you would say that. So if they asked you, what are the alternate interior angles, you would write that. All right, now let's do the alternate exterior. Okay. Alternate exterior. Obviously, we're working with the exterior, not with the inside right here. Okay, so here I have angle 1. What other obtuse angle do I have that is in the exterior? 8. Does everybody see how 1 and 8, this one's in the top left, so this one's in the bottom right. They're alternate, opposite kind of thing. Top left, bottom right. All right, same thing with my number 2. I have an acute here, and I have an acute here. Okay? So, if my angle 2 is 75 degrees, what is my angle 7? 75 degrees, because it's the acute one, right? Acute, acute.
Acute.
Uh-huh. Angle 1 is 105, so what's angle 8? 105. Does everybody get how we do this?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you notice? Here we have a straight line, 105 plus 75.
180.
So, pretty much it just makes this one big picture that's 105 and
Your
75.
camera keeps on like tilting down. It's like
Yes, because it's broken. Okay, did you fix it?
I can fix it.
Please fix it.
Don't worry.
Okay, everybody look at example 2 on your paper. It's on, not paper, your book. 710. Look at page 710. Okay, help me out. It tells me to name 4 pairs of corresponding angles. So pairs means it has 2. Okay, you have a pair of shoes, so it means you have 2. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so if I tell you to name 4 pairs, then that means we're going to have 4 groups of 2. All right, so transversal R intersects the parallel lines P and Q. Does everybody see that? All right. Brooke Ann, name me 1 pair of corresponding angles. 1 and 5. Y'all pay attention because I don't want everybody else giving me the same numbers. Name another pair. Gracie.
On the one we just did.
Yes.
This one. Yeah. 2 and 6.
2 and 6. So I've got 1 and 5, 2 and 6. Bailey.
4 and 8.
4 and 8. And Lane.
3 and 7.
Excellent. Now, the next one says name 2 pairs of alternate exterior. So they're on the outside of the parallel lines. Okay? Gracie, name 1 pair. Alternate exterior. On this one.
Yeah. 2 and 8.
Yes, very good. And Tevi.
1 and 7.
1 and 7. Very good. All right, Lane, name 1 pair of the alternate interiors.
4 and 6.
Brooke Ann. 3 and 5. Very good. Y'all did excellent. Okay, that was the first part of that lesson. Now we're going to switch, and it's completely different topic. Sorry.
They can't do that to us.
Is it an easy topic?
It's not too bad. I kind of feel like y'all somewhat learned it.
We did learn it because I looked at this one.
Okay, so here's the problem they give me. 3x plus 5. No. Yes. 3x plus 5 minus x equals 17 plus x minus x. Okay. Does everybody see my equation? There's x's on this side and x's on this side. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Step number 1. You're going to go in and add 1's to the x's. Does everybody know what I mean by that? We have 1x. 1x, 1x.
But then if you do that, it changes to a plus, right?
No, we're not doing that yet. We're going to. All I'm doing is putting my 1's right now. Put my 1's in front of my x's because it has a value. They just didn't put a 1 with it because there's only 1x. Okay? I would tell you step number 2 is to change minuses to plus the opposite sign. Okay? So I have minus, so I'm going to change this to a plus negative. Minus, plus, and it's a positive 1, so I'm going to make it a negative 1. Okay? Now I have all pluses, which is what I want. Okay?
Wait. What just happened?
I just changed my minuses. Instead of being minus, I made it a plus, and then I changed the sign of the number to the right. Okay, did I go too fast?
No.
So this was a minus right here, okay? And you have to see this is just by itself. This is a 1x, a positive 1x. So when I change this minus to a plus, then it changes the sign from positive 1x to negative 1x. Okay? Now, third step. Collect the like terms on each side. Collect the like terms on each side. I'm going to explain to you what I mean. Each side is of the equals. So on this side, we're going to collect. Remember when you're adding and you have letters and numbers? When you're adding, you have to make them into, remember the zoo. Just try to remember that when it's adding or subtracting, you do zoo. You don't multiply the measures. Okay, so if I have 3 elephants and a negative 1 elephant, so 3x plus a negative 1x would become 2x. So 2x, and then I'm just going to bring down the plus 5. Does everybody understand what I did? I just collected the like terms. This one's a like term and this one's a like term because they both have elephants. Okay, x's are our elephants. Okay, so 3 elephants, and then you take away 1 elephant, you're going to get 2 elephants. Okay, now let's go to this side. 17 plus, and I have 1 term and another term. 1x plus negative 1x
0, so it'd just be
becomes
x.
0. So we don't even put 0x because
So it wouldn't be 17x then?
no, because the only time you have an x is if you have 1.
Oh, okay.
So if I were to put an x down here, it actually means I have 1x. So it's 0
yeah.
x's, 0 x's, which that just makes an ox. So we can't have that. Just kidding. Okay, so you do not do anything with this because it cancels it out.
You just bring them
It'd
17.
kind of be like 5 minus 5. Nothing. Okay? Now, bring down the 17. Now it looks like a problem you're used to. Okay? So then what would my next step be?
You take the plus
the
5
plus
and then
yes,
do
we
a
want to
minus
get this
5.
away because we want the x number to be by itself. So plus 5 would become minus 5. And so now we have 2x equals 17 minus 5, which is 12. And now this says 2 times what equals 12, and we know that x equals 6.
That was easy.
Pretty good,
I
huh?
think we've learned that before.
Not too bad.
We have.
You've learned that before? We've never had the x's on both sides.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Because eventually, that one doesn't have it either. If you ever, let's say this was, let me show y'all something really quick. Let's say this was 1x plus 1x, okay? Now stay with me for just a minute. We would say 17 plus 2x, right?
which would be 19.
Which, watch what happens. I'm going to take this away. What you're going to do is we want x's on one side and we want numbers on the other side. So as you see, I have an x here and then I have an x here. If I bring this over to here, it would become 2x minus 2x. Does everybody see that? And then when I move the plus 5 over here, it will become 17 minus 5. Does everybody see what I did? Because I moved the x's over with the x's and the numbers over with the numbers, they both change. This was a plus 2x, so I made it a minus 2x. This was a plus 5, so I made it a minus 5 when I took them across the equal. Did I move too fast?
Yeah.
Okay? So all I did is I want all
You just
my...
move each of them and put the inverse.
I want my
operation.
x's on this side of the equals, and I want my numbers on this side of the equals. So if we were to look at this, 2x plus 5, let me take away this, and I'll go a little bit slower. I'm going to erase this from here out, okay? So I'm wanting all my x's on this side, Gracie, and I'm wanting all my numbers on this side. Well, right now I have an x here and an x here. So I need to move one of them. I can either move this one here, or I can move this one here. But either way, I need them all to be on one side of the equal sign. So which one do you want to move? This one?
This X left.
Over here? Okay, so this one, I have a positive 2x. So when I move it over here to this side, what happens?
A negative.
Minus, very good, negative 2x. And then I bring down this 2x. Okay, but I still have this plus 5 on this side, the left side.
So you bring
okay,
it to
so
the
now
middle.
this one's done. See that plus 2x became minus 2x? You see that? How I did that? Now, I want all my numbers on this side. So I have a plus 5 here, and I need to move it over here to put with the number side. So plus 5 will become minus 5. So this is going to be my equals, and I've got a 17 on this side, so I'm going to move this one over here, which is going to make minus 5. Okay? And now, we would change this to plus negative, and as you can see, this doesn't work out because I made up the numbers. Okay? Does everybody understand what I mean by that? Yeah. This is a made-up problem that I just did, so obviously you wouldn't have 0 x's because then we can't answer the problem. Okay? But I just made it up just to show you what to do. If they... You know how Saxon sometimes puts problems in there that we haven't actually gone over? Yeah. I wanted you to know what to do if they do. Okay? So does everybody understand? So then I would take 12, and then this would become negative, or 0, but that's just because I made up the numbers. So everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Let me see if there's any part to that. Okay, there's one little part that I wanted to add to this, and it's at the very end. It's an example. And here's what it says. 3x plus, and then it's got this 2 on the outside of a parentheses. This is our last problem. Okay, so everybody look. What does this mean? You may know this is the distributive property. Does anybody know what this 2 on the outside means to this?
Multiply 2 times.
Yes. This 2 works with everything that's inside the parentheses. So what this is saying is 2 times this, which is 2x, minus 2 times this, which is 8. Okay? So we just answered this problem right here. Then I would just bring everything else down. Okay? Now we collect like terms. 3x plus 2x is 5x. 2 elephants plus 3 elephants is 5 elephants. Bring down the rest. Minus 8 equals 32.
And then it's just a regular
And
problem.
then it's just like normal. We want this minus 8 to go over here, so it becomes plus 8.
So the answer B.
5x equals 40. X would equal 8. Everybody got it? Okay. That is lesson 102.